Well, now I can tell my shelter friend, you know, she was trying to get me out of having to pay money for a lawyer, but there's not going to be any getting out of this. My mom's social worker saw her and saw my mom, and my mom did at least say, you know, my mom told her, yeah, Mariana's power of attorney, and the social worker said, how do you feel about that? And my mom said, I don't like it. So she was at least honest, because the social worker doesn't understand what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen with this. All I know is that I need closure on it. I don't care about money. I need, you know, my shelter worker. My shelter friend, I said to her when we met, I said, you know, even if I have to, I just threw an arbitrary number out, even if I have to spend $4,000 on a lawyer, I'll still have 10 in the bank, you know. And she's like, go to your mom's social worker first, you know. See if she'll meet. My mom's social worker won't even meet with me. So I left 2 messages with her. She talked to my mom. I don't think she's going to wind up doing anything, the social worker. But who knows? She told my mom she can't meet with me anyway, so social worker won't meet with me. That's the way it goes. I didn't think I was going to get around the fact of getting a lawyer. And I've met with free lawyers. The last free lawyer I met with several months ago when I was still in the shelter told me, you know, no free lawyer will touch this. You know, it involves investigation, blah, blah, blah. And I don't even know. I went through such shit in that shelter, and I lost stuff. I lost my... Pissed me off. I lost my 13. My own damn fault. Shouldn't have been carrying him around. Shouldn't have taken him out, even if I did carry him around, you know. But I was so fucked up in there, and it would rain, and it would just be miserable, and you have to carry all your shit around and take it to the library, and it's on the floor, and, you know. I carried certain stuff around I didn't want to leave it in there. Oh, I could. I didn't want to. And I thought I would have hurt my back. But in any case, flash drives, thumb drives, 13 of them. Lost them. I eventually lost other stuff. Even when I would tell myself you're not going to lose anything else, every time you get up you have to look around, and I've trained myself obsessively so, but we already know I'm wired too tight. That's why I can get so quote-unquote into books like 50 Shades of Grey. It's a completely different reality, completely different, like nothing I've ever experienced. I can't wait to read the next one. I read the first one 2 days, Tuesday night and Wednesday. I read it fast. I'm sorry, I finished it last night at 5 minutes of 2. And this, you know, this morning, 5 minutes of 2. So there's no getting around this, but I will go to the courts with the power of attorney, find out again what I'm up against, and try to determine what my best course of action will be. The big thing is, guys, my mom didn't lie. I asked her about her social worker, and when she asked her, she's like, Mariana's power of attorney, and the social worker said, how do you feel about that? And my mom said, I don't like it. And I told the social worker more over the phone, if she could even understand my rambling. And I said that power of attorney was not done through the courts, and there are things going on in my family that, you know, the dynamics between, you know, my mom would never say anything to you voluntarily, or even to her psychiatrist or psychologist. you date when you've come from such an abusive background. Just everything, you know? It's not just one specific thing. It's not like I was in a long time abusive relationship and escaped it and I'm this nice normal individual. I lived in the fucking shelter, and I use the word term live lightly, for 6.5 months. This middle life has been weird. But that's because it's all centered around my desire to be more, to be recognized. Not necessarily to be quote-unquote famous, but just to be recognized. Just be recognized, to be someone. I have no idea, never have, what I'm doing, what I want from life. Even that guy on the website, dating website, that I eventually rejected because I had revealed too much to him. This shit happened with Mary like a month ago, and I didn't contact anybody who I'd been contacting, and then, you know, little girl again, and I'm sorry, but then I revealed too much. Now I want nothing to do with this guy. I don't feel like we really had anything in common anyway, but I want nothing to do with him because he wanted something to do with me. Could just be he's physically attracted to me or not. I can tell by my emails that I'm smart, but you know, even after I told him that I came from an abusive background, like, oh, that explains a lot of things, blah blah blah. But in the end, even if he wanted to, you know, pursue things with me, I didn't want to. He became part of my test, my ongoing test, to see if I can date without revealing any fucking thing about me. Or only the, you know, I have to be vague, I have to be mysterious, I have to. It's so hard. But he became part of the test that I had instantaneously failed miserably. The moment I told him too much. You don't go telling a guy you haven't even met, haven't even talked on the phone, that you were in an abusive relationship for a long, long time. You don't do it. It gives that person, the man, too much leverage over you. I have to just be flirty and fun and just not give a fuck. Not reveal anything. Because my life is just too intense, too many things. And at the center, at the very center of it, whatever that word is, the point, the center point is my fucking desire, as I've told you, to experience the kind of sexual intensity and sexual relationship that involves the mind, the kind that I've never experienced in my life. All revolves around. This doesn't all revolve around that, but that's like the center of it. I mean, not the center of all, but the center of me and where I'm at in my head. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger. While there are still, you know, desirable men, desirable to me, who find me desirable. And I've gotten proof of that already. That's why I need to do this. I need to step outside my comfort zone. I would never do to any guy what asshole did to me. I didn't even know that Donald was on psych disability. I'm moving in with him and his mother. I knew he lived with, but I didn't even know he'd been on psych disability, not recently, but for the past over 10 years prior to my meeting him. Been on psych disability. I deserve to just go on dates. One date. Before I meet the guy, I don't have to tell him anything. If it goes further, then I'll tell him stuff. But right in the beginning, no. I don't have to tell him shit. And I know that intellectually, and I even heard it from the caseworker in the emergency domestic violence shelter that I stayed in last time, a year ago, after Donald had choked me while his quote-unquote devout Christian mother watched and said not a fucking word. She was pissed at me. She'd watched him do it. I couldn't have stopped him. I was sitting on the couch. He's 280 pounds, 6'3". I was sitting on the couch looking up at him. He reached down and wrapped both hands around my neck and squeezed. This time I wasn't going to take it. This time I called the cops, but I wasn't going to leave without Omar. And actually, I didn't even know what I was going to do about Omar. I didn't want to leave Omar. I didn't want to leave Omar. I didn't want to leave Omar. But God was just taking me. No, God. And then I just was going to bring Omar back, and then I couldn't do it. And then I was in brand new fucking nightmare. It wasn't just that any man, even his mom watching him, could do that to me, and all the other things he'd done to me wasn't just what he'd done to me. I had keenly been observing Donald, particularly when he got so shit-faced that he couldn't even... I'd been observing him and his attitude and behavior towards Omar. It wasn't outright abuse, but I could see glimpses of Omar's future. I didn't like what I saw. People wouldn't even care if I saw anything. They'd be like, you're not wrong, Laura, to say those people didn't deserve Omar. Even based on what they could do to you, they didn't deserve your